Welcome everyone to Gem Power. This is the section where we give you the strategies so you can be successful, but most importantly, from the word that Earl's going to be talking about, is being effective in anything that you want to do. Now, to be able to do that, what we're going to do for the next 7 weeks, we're going to cover a book from a gentleman called Stephen Covey, or I should say, sorry Earl, Dr. Stephen Covey. Now, he wrote a book in 1989, which is still a phenomenon today, sold over 25 million books, called The 7 Habits, listen to me now, 7 key habits of highly effective people. Now, what we've done is Earl, a good friend of mine from the worldwide training company, the Kairos Experience, is going to break down over the weeks each and every one of those habits so you can apply them today so you can start to be effective in the things that you want to do. Now, what we're going to do week 1, we're going to be talking about the foundational principles. I'm not too sure what that is, so I'm going to pass it over to my good friend Earl and take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Denzel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so one of the key reasons why this is very important is that this book has not only impacted thousands of people across the world, it's impacted me personally.
Excellent.
And I really want to share with you and with Denzel and with as many people as possible what great outcomes we can get from this. So let's get started. So there are 6 foundational principles that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
And when Covey talks about the 7 habits of highly effective people, you can't just jump into habit number 1 and then start from there.
So that's what I thought we was going to do. I thought we was going straight number 1, and you broke it down and said foundational principles. I remember the book, but I totally forgot this stuff.
Yeah, the foundational principles are the roots, if you wish, for where the habits come from and how you conduct yourself, and you must keep them in mind as we go through the rest of the 7 habits.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take you through the foundations first.
Excellent.
So there are 6 of them in total. And the first one that we're going to look at is habits.
Habits, okay.
I mean, what is a habit?
Okay, something that you do repetitively?
Something that you do repetitively. And we can have good habits and we can have bad habits.
I got some of those.
So some good habits would include things like brushing your teeth, exercising on a regular basis. But I'll tell you what, give me a couple of bad habits.
Bad habits at the moment, I crisp sometimes once or twice a day. That's become a habit now. And I shouldn't do it because I love exercise, but I mean, too much crisp, that's become a habit now.
But here's the interesting thing, a habit only just takes about 21 days to get. So anything you do repeatedly over a 21-day period, you'll find will become a habit.
Right, okay, so 21 days becomes a habit.
Becomes a habit. And here's another little statistic for you. We get this from Malcolm Gladwell's book called Outliers.
Brilliant book. Recommend that.
Yes, absolutely. So anything you do for 10,000 hours, you gain mastery of.
Oh, okay.
So let's be careful about what we become masters.
I don't want to become a master of eating crisp. That's not I'm trying to go to the next level.
So 21 days and it starts to become a habit.
Okay, got that.
So habits are the foundation, and Covey is talking about how can we discover what are the highly effective habits of a number of real key people that he's studied over the years.
Fantastic.
Okay, what he also went on to do was talk about another foundational principle called principles.
Oh, okay.
Now, principles are universal, timeless laws.
Oh, okay, so they can't change, regardless of your opinion.
And generally speaking, these are universal, timeless laws that we all buy into.
Oh, okay.
So whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Canada, in India, in Africa, anywhere in the world, generally speaking, there are certain principles that we abide with and we universally accept them as.
So if I jump up, I'm going to come down.
Gravity.
Gravity is a
There's
principle.
one. There's a principle.
Right. Got it.
But let's go further. Loyalty. Trust.
Right. Oh, okay.
Love. Justice.
Would they be seen as values?
They are. They are.
Question I'm thinking.
They can be seen as values and they can be seen as principles.
Right.
But they're universal. They're timeless, and most of us as human beings buy into this.
Oh, okay.
And what Covey did was he studied many of certain individuals' principles and built those into the overall habits that we have. So if you look at the principles of, say, people like Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, some of the key things that they did to show care, love, attention, justice, fairness, all locked into there.
Okay, got that. Awesome.
So the whole of the habits are built on principles. However, we have paradigms. Paradigms, what do you think these are? Paradigms are...
Is that like a way of thinking?
Yes. It's the way in which you see the world.
Oh, okay.
And some of us see the world slightly differently.
Yeah.
But some of us see the world in a way which is positive.
Yeah.
Some of us, our paradigms can be positive. Our paradigms can be negative.
I meet a lot of people like that. Their paradigm, anything that's happening, the world's ending.
Yeah. Our paradigms can be somewhere in between.
Oh, okay.
But whatever we believe, they're really powerful.
Right.
Because whatever it is that you see in your mind's eye, that's usually what you'll go away and do in your behavior.
Right.
So imagine this. I am a person who believes that the world is flat.
Yeah.
Now, if I believe the world is flat and you believe the world is flat, and somebody comes along and says, hey Denzel, let's go sailing out into the horizon, are you likely to want to take that journey?
No, exactly.
I don't think so.
You're going to fall off the edge.
Because you're going to fall off.
Yeah.
The paradigm is if the world is flat, we're going to fall off the edge. So that's a powerful, powerful paradigm.
Yeah.
That paradigm could have been right many years ago.
Could have been.
We know it's absolutely
totally wrong. Yeah.
Some people might have thought, well, partially, it could be right, could be wrong, but it's really powerful because it affects people's behaviors.
Right, so that's a powerful one that we
It's a powerful one.
Right,
and what we've got to be open to is what we call paradigm shifting.
Yeah.
The ability to
say that again. I like the way you said that.
Yeah, you got to be open to what we call paradigm shifting.
Okay, changing our mindset.
Changing your mindset and being open to other ways of seeing things.
Right.
So let me give you an example. You see this diagram here?
Yeah.
Okay. By adding
I'm no good with Roman numerals. Don't be testing me on the camera, man. Don't make me feel bad on social media.
By adding one line,
I
want you to turn this into 6. Do you think you can do it? By adding one line, turn it into 6.
Just one line?
Yeah, just one line. Add it one line and turn it into 6.
How?
Are you having difficulty?
One line? But it has to be...
See, let me see if I can help you a little bit. Are you seeing Roman numerals?
I am seeing Roman numerals.
Right. If there's anybody out there seeing Roman numerals, be careful because...
Please tell me you're seeing Roman numerals, so now I feel really bad.
Are you trying to do some mental gymnastics with those Roman numerals?
I'm trying to go, how do you make that into 6?
I can understand.
Okay.
And as a result, you are getting nowhere.
Yeah. Yes, very quickly.
Because these are not Roman numerals. Have a paradigm shift. Have a look at the world in a different way.
Oh, okay. Don't
see them as Roman numerals and see if you can add one line and turn this into 6.
Hold on.
There's some of you out there who'll be seeing this and
I get it.
You get it?
I see 6. But I see the alphabet now.
Put the answer on there, my friend.
Right, so so if I add one line.
Yep. Beautiful.
I got it in the end. I got it in the end. I did need some help there.
Now, some of the people who are watching this right now are saying, Denzel, that's not a line.
Yeah.
It's got to be a straight line. Some people will be thinking, right? If you look at the dictionary definition of a line, it's the shortest distance between 2 points. But I didn't ask for a straight line.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a straight line solution, then you'll never get this as an option.
Right. Okay.
So you got to think in terms of it could be a curly line.
Yeah.
What about that? Did I draw one line? 1 times 6 is? See, the way you see the problem affects the things that you do.
That's powerful.
Which will affect the results that you get.
I hope you guys are getting this paradigm shift.
So if you're not prepared for a paradigm shift, a lot of options in life don't become available to you. What Covey's showing us here is effective people are open to paradigm shifting. They're open to seeing the world in different ways.
I think we can stop the video right there because I feel like I'm changed already.
So
I'm going to do that with my daughters later.
Let's get back. So we've lost the habit. Alright, so there you go. So there's the first 3.
Yeah.
Habits, principles, paradigms.
Excellent.
And you've got to be open to paradigm shifting.
Yeah.
Another one of the key principles is something called the emotional bank account. Can you say that with me?
The emotional bank account. Okay, yeah.
Now the emotional bank account measures the level of trust in any relationship.
Right.
So I have an emotional bank account open with you.
Yeah.
I have an emotional bank account indeed with everybody I meet, and you have emotional bank accounts open with all the people that you interact with. And it's a measure of the trust in the relationship.
Right. Oh, okay.
Now, the secret here is we constantly make deposits, and we constantly take withdrawals.
Right, within that emotional bank account.
Yeah,
okay.
And the objective is to make sure you keep your emotional bank account in credit.
Right, so always be...
You've always got to be making little deposits into the emotional bank account.
Right.
The more deposits you can make into the emotional bank account, the healthier the level of trust in the relationship.
So is that like me saying to my daughter that I think you're amazing? Is that
right?
Deposit?
That's one that could be seen as one deposit.
Right.
Now you got to be careful, because just because you see it as a deposit, doesn't necessarily mean it is perceived as a deposit. Okay. So let me give you an example.
Yeah.
If I bring lilies to my mother's house, which I did one year, big bunch of lilies.
And you're like, I'm the man.
50-pound bunch of lilies, right? Bring it into the house. She goes, "What you bringing them into the house for? Take them out. Lord have mercy, them too strong."
You're like, what?
Right, now, those flowers are so powerful in the aroma that they give off that it causes her to choke a little bit.
Right, oh, okay.
And therefore, what I thought was a deposit was actually a withdrawal for her.
Oh, okay. That's powerful.
And what it means is, if you have a team of people who you are the leader of, you can't just blanket give them a reward that you think will satisfy all of them. Some people are motivated by public recognition. Some people hate it.
Yeah.
So what you've got to be careful of is you've got to know each of your individuals and reward them according to how they see the deposit. Highly effective people know this. They know how to give good deposits.
And you need to get to know the person. That's the key thing, isn't
Absolutely. Get to know the individual on a one-to-one basis. Now, here's the thing. There are 5 key ways in which you can make great deposits into people.
Okay, break it down for us.
I'll break it down real simple for you, right?
Don't want to hold anything for you?
Just take us to this page.
Yeah.
We're just gonna bring it here. I call it Kepler. I know this is not a real word, but you'll see where we're going.
Kepler.
The first way in which you can make an emotional deposit is by offering simple kindnesses.
Okay.
Opening the door for somebody, saying please, thank you, good morning.
Love that.
If you have expectations, then those expectations should be honored.
Right.
In other words, if you have a job description, or if you have any details about you, things that you said you were going to do and they're written down, you should honor that. Okay. Let's imagine you're in a team and you have certain key performance indicators that you said you were going to do, objectives you said you were going to do. If you do them, you build the emotional bank account.
Right, oh, okay.
Now, if you make promises, so for instance, if you said to your daughters, "Hey, we're going to watch Star Wars tonight. Last Jedi," and everybody builds up.
I see you were a fan.
Oh, absolutely. So if you said you were going to do that, then you keep your promise.
Oh, okay.
But let's imagine the reverse. Imagine you promised that you were going to take the girls out and you didn't do it. That's an immediate withdrawal from the emotional bank account.
Okay.
Consider
you really challenged me right here now. I'm starting to feel real challenged, man. The video's only started, man. Hey, this is not for me, it's not for them. I'm feeling real challenged.
Well, okay, I'm glad because if you're being challenged, it means that we're going to the heart of your behaviors, and this is our opportunity for change.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's just give an example here. I have a brother who runs a really wonderful retail business in hair and beauty products. And he says, "Earl, a promise is a comfort to a fool." What kind of paradigms do you think he's been through to come back with that kind of comfort?
People have let him down.
People have let him down so badly that he can no longer rely on their promises. Well, you don't want to be in that situation. You want to be in a situation where your word is your bond, where what you say is what you do.
Excellent.
If you do that, promises become things that you can be relied on.
Good.
So your promises should be kept. They build the emotional bank account.
Brilliant.
Here's the next one.
Loyalty.
To the absent.
Okay,
loyalty to the absent. Right, let me give you an example. Imagine Denzel just leaves the room for a few seconds. Just turn around. Just turn around.
Turn my back, yeah? I'm gone. I'm not here.
Honestly, he's such a pain. If you knew some of the things that he says about me when he's...
Hey, I'm here. Go ahead.
So you imagine if I was talking about Denzel when he wasn't around. When he comes back into the room or back into my life, I go, Denzel, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you for ages, mate.
And you pretend to be...
right, now what's the emotional bank account like between me and you?
That's not good.
No, but did you hear any of that stuff that I said?
No.
Right, so therefore, the emotional bank account between me and you will still be fine.
Yeah.
Whatever the state was when we left or you left the room, great.
Oh, okay.
But everyone else in the room who hears me talking about you, what have I just done? I've made a withdrawal with all of them.
Right, I got it.
You imagine we're inside a team and I make a comment like that about Denzel. What does it mean that I'm saying about them when they are not in my presence?
Yeah.
And this is one of the key things that causes a downward spiral, and trust goes out the door. We start to mistrust each other.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you want somebody to go that extra mile, will they go that extra mile for you?
Yeah.
No. They won't do it because I've not been loyal to the absent.
I said, anyone who's watching these videos, if you're not picking on some of this stuff and not feeling challenged, I don't know what you're listening to, but this stuff is powerful. Okay. Awesome.
So you get it so far. So we've got kindness, expectations, honors, promises are kept, loyalty to the absent.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes we do get it wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not kind. Sometimes we do not honor our expectations.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do not keep our promises, and sometimes we're even disloyal to the absent. But the one thing we can do to make it right is apologize.
Right.
Now, what kind of an apology are we talking about here? It's not the kind of apology which sometimes my son gives, which is,
I got caught.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then go marching up.
A genuine.
We're talking about a genuine, sincere apology, and people can tell the difference between the two. So a genuine apology might be just enough to start to rebuild the emotional bank account.
Fantastic.
But the key thing is here, I want you to remember this as a concluding point to the emotional bank account. You cannot talk your way out of a situation that you behaved your way into.
Right. You got to follow the principles.
You have to work your way through it. You have to make constant deposits. If you've made an emotional withdrawal, it doesn't get fixed overnight. It's something that you have to work at, and until the other person perceives that you are genuine, you're not going to move very far forward.
I got some work to do, some people. All right, here we go. All right, brilliant. Okay, so we're 4 down of the 6.
4 down of 6.
There we go, let's break these last 2.
All right, so the next one is PPC balance.
PPC balance, okay.
This is where P stands for productivity.
Yeah.
And PC stands for production capability.
Production capability and productivity.
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
Production and production capability. On the one hand, you have your ability to produce results.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you have results.
Yeah.
Now, if you focus too much on getting the results, notice what happens to your production capability.
Oh, okay.
But if you focus too much on production capability, notice what happens to your results.
You don't actually, okay.
Let me give you an example. You want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You want to work out in the gym.
Yeah.
You want the results. You want to be able to push bench press, shall we say. Well, how much can you do?
I don't know, I say 80k.
80k, great. Bench press 80k, and you want to do 10 reps.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm there, bro.
Right, so 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. You manage to do it once.
Yeah.
But you want to get bigger results. You want a bigger chest. You want bigger muscles. So you go down again, right?
Yeah.
What do you notice happens when you do the second set?
I'm weaker.
You're weaker, right? So therefore, your production capability has depleted whilst you're trying to get these results.
I got it. I didn't know what you were saying at first, but now I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
You can work so hard, but you got to get a balance between the two.
Yeah.
Let's put it into a work context, right?
Yeah.
Let's imagine, right? I got Joe over there. Joe over there is working the machines, really working the machines. Pow, 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 pow. Production units are going through. He wants to look good in the eyes of management, so he cranks up the machines. So now the machine's going, pow, 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 pow.
Got it, yeah.
What's going to happen after a month of the machines?
The machine starts to wear down.
All right.
Maybe breaks.
Watch this.
Okay.
Joe gets a promotion.
Yeah.
Joe, welcome. Here's your new car.
Hey.
Here are the keys to the executive washroom.
Yeah.
You're a good and faithful servant. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
Now super productive.
Yeah. Now I'm going to promote Denzel. He's going to go into the business where Joe was before.
Yeah.
You look at the state of the machines and you look at the state of the staff. What's the first thing you're going to ask for?
I'd have to sort out the machine.
You got to sort out the machine.
And the staff are overworked.
Absolutely, because the production capability has been so greatly overused that Joe actually got that promotion on false economy.
Oh, okay, I get it. And that could apply to marriage, because you could be like taking time to reflect.
There you go.
Oh my God.
So before we go and reward people for giving great results, is there a work-life balance?
Yeah.
Are we balancing production with production capability? Are you going to kill the goose that lays the golden egg?
I tell you, on each one of these, I think we could spend like 15 minutes on each one. We don't have 15 minutes for each one, but I tell you, you're breaking down some stuff up.
All right, so
love that.
Covey uses the PPC balance right the way through the habits, and here's your final.
Okay, drum roll. Here we go.
It's called three-person teaching.
Okay.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Who learns the most, the student or the teacher when teaching a lesson?
See, I remember reading this, I just think it was the student.
Right.
But actually they say it's the teacher, but explain why the teacher learns more than the student.
Explain why, right.
Teacher.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Actually, the teacher learns the most.
Yeah.
Because you imagine if I said to you, Denzel, you're going to teach the foundational principles to this audience in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently as you were going through these foundation principles with me?
I'd have had to do a lot more research.
You'd have done more research, you'd have maybe made some notes, maybe done some more prep. And that's because you're adopting the mindset of somebody who's going to teach this stuff later. Well, a teacher has to do that every day they teach a lesson. They have to not only learn the lesson, but they have to think, okay, how am I going to put this across? What vocabulary am I going to use? How am I going to use certain examples so that it becomes crystal clear to the audience that's receiving this? So Covey says, if you are prepared to teach somebody else what you are learning now, that process, that methodology enables your learning to be richer, to be deeper, to be a higher quality. So what we suggest is, as soon as you've learned some of these aspects, be prepared to teach it or actually teach it within 24 hours.
And the great thing is you don't have to be a leader in a business. You could say, I'm going to go teach the next generation, mentor somebody. Everything that I've learned, give back. It's a great give back. So anyone who's highly effective is someone who gives back.
I like where you got with that. And yes, and you give back, but you turn the message over in your mind, and you'll find that by processing your thoughts around what you're learning, you're going to be a lot richer and a lot deeper in the understanding of what it is you're teaching.
Love that, love that. So listen, so we've got, that's all 6 of the foundational principles. So before we go into the habits, we're going to lock this down. These are the things that, we've got to understand what we're going to go through. So then there's the habits, then the 7 habits of highly effective people will then lead into that. Is that what we do next week?
Right, so good. So the next time we meet, what we'll do is, these foundational principles, they'll never go away. They'll be sitting underneath the 7 habits. And what you'll find is that the 7 habits will reach down and it will bring one of the foundational principles, or more than one, into the actual habit. So you're going to see how these principles work. So you've got habits, the things you do on a repeated basis, take about 21 days. Principles, universal, timeless laws that we all kind of buy into. Paradigms, very powerful, they affect your behavior. Some can be right, some can be wrong, some can be partial, but they're really powerful.
Come on.
Right? The emotional bank account, measuring trust in any relationship. PPC balance, making sure that you're balanced between your ability to produce and produce results.
Fantastic.
And finally, 3-person teaching, a really powerful way to really lock down any message that you're going to deliver.
Man, some nuggets in there. So much stuff, seriously. We could spend hours on this. All right, so the one thing, please, before you get to next week, review this video. I always say to people, take notes.
That's right.
If you take notes, you'll learn it and then take some action. So even just pick one thing. Like for me, it would be like paradigms. Like how am I going to change my paradigm? Am I looking at the world in the right way? Am I seeing Roman numerals where there wasn't Roman numerals. Okay, so pick one thing and say, I'm gonna run with that, I'm gonna try it. Okay, and then hit us up with a comment. Tell us what you think, okay? How have you ran with some of the things that you've learned today? And obviously join us next week where we will be once again talking about how you can become effective using the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the book by Stephen Covey. So I wanna say thank you, Earl.
You're welcome.
Okay, we look forward to seeing all you guys next week. See you soon.
Thank you.